That's crazy. Now, we had MC Shan on here about a month ago, and he was telling us about a time that he was even touched as a child. You know what I'm saying? And how like it's so taboo in the hood. Like nobody like you said, if you getting freaked on or messed with when you were shorty, how do you really even come out and tell somebody that shit? You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody actually saw it going on. So, I feel for people because a lot of these people we don't even know that they straight pedophiles because nobody come forward and say nothing. Now, when we had Ronald Savage on here, he told us that even though Bam stepped down from the nation and this and that, he still think that Bam secretly running the Zulu Nation. Do you think Bam still running nation business even though he supposedly stepped down and they severed ties with him?
Well, let me break something down to you. For one, and if you watch any of my videos or any of my posts that I put up, Bam didn't step down, number one. Number two, in 2014, following in the footsteps of Dr. York, he basically turned the Zulu Nation into a religious group, which is a contradiction to what the Zulu Nation is. It is. The Zulu Nation has always been the universal Zulu Nation, meaning everybody from every religion, from every background was welcome. When you turn it into a religious group and then you don't tell the Zulus that this is what you did, even though there hasn't been any practices going on in the forefront where we can see with him practicing what he believes in, but at the same time, the Zulu Nation, for all these years, what I didn't realize until I got a little bit older, until now, until I started seeing things, it's a cult. So, no, Bam is not letting the Zulu Nation go because it's a religious group, number one. Number two, he has copyrights over the group. It belongs to him. He owns it. Right. So what he may do, because he's in the hot seat right now and he's a strategic brother, he'll sit back and he'll let his puppets run the Zulu Nation. But the problem with that is you just so happen to have some Zulus that feel like, nah, man, I ain't with this. And they're leaving. There's some of the ones that staying around, it's like, we want a clean house. There's some of the other ones that staying around, it's not for good reasons. So it's like, you know, it's kind of hard to weed out who's the good guys and who's the bad guy. That's why in some cases you just have to burn the house down. But Bam is still running the Zulu Nation, and Bam is not the only one that you have to worry about doing unlawful acts in the Zulu Nation. Right now, we're just sticking to him. You deal with him first.
Exactly. That's kind of what I felt too.
Multiple potential child molesters, you're saying.
Could possibly be, but all I think is, like, you know, I kind of figured that too when Ron said it, and now that Hassan saying it too, though, Prez, is because he owned the rights and he owned the names, and you know, he probably owned all the publishing for that music and everything. Like, they still gonna play that shit, so somebody generating some kind of money. So like you said, man, you gotta burn the whole fucking house down if you want to stomp it out. You can't restructure it. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't see the snakes in the grass all the time.
Well, it's like this, right? When you sit back and you analyze the Zulu Nation, Bam created it to be its own personal cesspool. When you really sit back and you analyze everything he did, it was strategic. So when you know that he gave birth to something that was supposed to be a pedophile ring just for him, why would you want to save that? Everything that he built, then the Zulu Nation will always be his house, no matter how many people shed blood over it, went to jail for it, or just been out in the streets trying to save the youth and do whatever they was trying to do. There's still more Bambaattas in the Zulu Nation. Why I say that? Because Bam molested most of the people that's still around, that's grown men, that's still around, that's been there for over 30 years, Bam got them too.
Wow.
So when you're dealing with people, you know, that's still around him, they're carrying the same sickness that he's carrying. So how could you recruit and bring new members in that's going to have children, and their children will have children, and you still breeding these kind of monsters? A pedophile, you got to understand something about a pedophile, right? A pedophile is like a chameleon. Some of the times when you're dealing with a pedophile, the people that you tell may not even believe. They would never believe, okay, this guy right here, you telling me my pastor raped my child? No, I don't believe that.